Shout out to Money Brown, man. Errol Spence Jr. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out the fight? Well, it's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the legend, iconic Filipino fighter, Manny Pacquiao. We all know A Division World Champion. Resume speak for itself. The senator of the Philippines looking to be the president in the next couple of years. Then we got the king of the welterweight division, the unified champion, the WBC and IBF, Dallas native, that big stepper, the big fish, Errol the True Spence Jr. And we got Terrence T-Bud Crawford, that Omaha killer. We all know 3-division world champion, former undisputed and current WBO welterweight world champion. But now I want y'all to check this out, family. Errol the True Spence Jr. has landed, Manny Pacquiao, which is the biggest fight at the welterweight division, arguably one of the biggest fights in boxing in general. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, Anthony Joshua, Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence Jr., to me, big names, Gervonta Davis. It's them names where you get the big fights and you make good money. So Errol and Pacquiao is penciled in for August the 21st in Las Vegas. We all know that's the move. It's a hell of a fight. Everybody gonna have their opinions on it. Everybody got their thoughts. But the reason why Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence happened is why I'm here, family. The reason why it happened. And we go break it down, and we go down memory lane. Back down memory lane. You understand me? So, Errol Spence, we all thought was going to fight you Dennis Ugas, right? Pacquiao got script for the title, went to your Dennis Ugas. They gave Pacquiao the regular, took that from him, gave it to Jamal James. You know what I mean? Errol, it was looking like it. People reading into the tweets and things of that nature. Even myself, I thought it was going to be Dennis Ugas. But nonetheless, Manny Pacquiao chose Errol the True Spence Jr. He chose Errol the True Spence Jr., right? He felt like business-wise, it made all the sense in the world. Now, we all know the opponents that he was looking at, right? Conor McGregor was supposed to be up next. Conor McGregor, he lost, got his ass knocked out. Then they tried the Ryan Garcia situation. That ain't really work out, business-wise, and the way they were trying to play it, the boxing community wasn't going for it. Then Mikey Garcia was called up to the plate. We seen that they negotiated with Mikey a couple times. Mikey didn't like the money. He wanted to get more money, so that didn't happen. Pacquiao like, you're not getting that. And then it came to Terrence Bud Crawford. The man has been chasing Pacquiao for 175 years now, but really 7 years now. I'm going to keep it true. Since 2014, he's been chasing Manny Pacquiao. Bob Arum never wanted to come up off the money for Pacquiao. You feel me? Pacquiao came over to PBC. He got 20 for Bronner. He got 20 for Thurman. He's going to get 20 plus against Errol Spence, maybe even more, because their fucking pay-per-view numbers are going to be, through the roof, and that's just a fact. But this man right here, Terrence Bud Crawford, like I say, since 2014, been trying to get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Since 2014, he's been calling out Manny Pacquiao. Over on Top Rank, Manny Pacquiao was the hottest thing over there. And Bob Arum had Terrence Bud Crawford, one of the rising hottest fighters in the game, to the boxing world, because we all seen what was going down. The skill set was amazing. Bud was whooping ass, doing this thing, bro. And he was calling out Pacquiao after every fight. And it looked like it was leading up to Terrence Bud Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. But we all know Manny Pacquiao fought Floyd Money Mayweather. He wanted the second Floyd Mayweather fight. For whatever reason, he said it was the shoulder why he lost. Some people said Pacquiao won, which I can't see that shit, right? But Pacquiao wanted his rematch. You understand what I'm saying? Bob wanted the rematch. They know it was a lot of money involved. So while Terrence Bud Crawford was kicking ass and taking names, right? He trying to get the Pacquiao fight, the big fight, because that's the fight that put his fucking career on that next level and put him on a higher plateau. You understand what I'm saying? Pacquiao winning, Bud winning, everybody knowing this the fight to make because they both were top ranked, and everybody thinking Bob gonna try to do something to make that shit happen. Bob never made an effort. Bob always talked about he was afraid for Pac-Man life against Crawford. All these damn stories that's just lies. Really what Bob wanted was for him to get the Mayweather 2 fight, right? Because he talked about it too, the Mayweather rematch, and he just knew how big it was. And if you put Pacquiao in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford, and Terrence Bud Crawford beat the shit out of Manny Pacquiao, right, and take that thunder from him, the Mayweather fight is nothing. It's over with. Because at that time, any big name that get into the ring with Bud or any big name that got into the ring with Errol, if you get beat by them and they beat you like substantially and beat your ass, like really beat your ass, it adds on to their resume and it make them that much bigger of a star. And it's no use because now they done took all that thunder, right? So now, we all know Bob didn't want to put the money up. Bob had the investments for Pacquiao and Bud one time, right? When Pacquiao been with PBC, when he came on Blue Blood, he said everything was set, bro. We had the fight. Everything was going down. Only thing that fucked it up was the corona. was Corona. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't Bob earned money. Bob earned never wanted to put up the money for Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Bud Crawford. Never. Never. Not since Bud been on top rank. Not since Manny been on top rank. Not since people was talking about Terrence Bud Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. Bob said there's no money in that fight for him. There's no money in Terrence Bud Crawford and Manny Pacquiao fight for him. Why is he saying this about his own fighter? One of the hottest fighters. Arguably pound for pound #1. Right? 3-division world champion. There's no money in it. How if you don't want to take the chance? Right? You don't want to take the chance. So back to Bud and Pacquiao. So that's the first time. Okay, bam. Almost happened. Corona. Now, we think we're finna get the big announcement. Right? He got the investments to put the money up. Things of that nature. Oh, yeah, we got it. I mean, the Bud team was going crazy. Jumping, hallelujah, shouting to God. Oh, Errol Spence is this, he's that. Right? We thinking he got the goddamn fight. I'm thinking he got it. I'm like, man, it's going to be Pacquiao. I did a whole live stream on it. Me, Coach, Knockout, and I think Keon was on there. I don't know if Key was on there or not, but we all thought who was going to be the next opponent. I picked Manny Pacquiao. I think Keon and Coach picked Keith Thurman, and I think my dude Key had picked Sean Porter, if I'm not mistaken. I think Key picked Sean Porter. But nonetheless, right, I'm like, it's Manny Pacquiao. And behold, it was Manny Pacquiao who they was, negotiating with, things like that. Bob earned the investor go put X amount of dollars in. Pacquiao supposed to get 50, Bud's supposed to get 10, right? Some on the back end probably, but we know that was set in stone. Then guess what? We still wait. What happened to the announcement? We still wait. What happened to the announcement? A week go by. We still waiting on the announcement. No announcement happened. None. Come out. No money. No investors. So now Bob done had Bud sit out here, hanging, dangling on the screen like he got Manny Pacquiao and shit, right? And it never happened. So come Errol Spence, right? Errol Spence story with Pacquiao. He called him out after the Mikey fight. Pacquiao came to scout him out and shit like that when he was a champion after he beat Keith Thurman. Everybody knew he was a real player. Then after he beat Keith Thurman, it looked like Manny go stick around for a minute. Errol called him out. Hey, come on over here, Manny. Come on over here, brother. Yeah. Manny, it's an honor to share the ring with you. We can pack out the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Errol called him out. Let's fight. Let's do it. Manny say, yeah. I think about it. You hard hit the motherfucker. I don't know. I didn't know you can box like that. It ain't Mayweather, but it still give me problems. But we'll see later. We'll see. But then, that never came to fruition. Errol went on to fight Danny Garcia, got into fight Sean Porter, right? Then the car crash happened. Then the Danny Garcia fight. And, we never thought we'll see Errol and Manny. We never thought we'll see this fight. You understand what I'm saying? But the real big reason why Errol and Manny happened, a great team, bro. Behind every great team is a great leader. You understand what I'm saying? Errol Spence lead his career in the right way. He don't cry, he don't bitch, he don't moan. You feel me? He don't cry, he don't bitch, he don't moan. He just make the right chess moves. You got Al Haymon over there with you. Everybody talking about, well, he want to fight Manny Pacquiao. It ain't for a title. It ain't for this. Understand, Manny Pacquiao is a once-in-a-lifetime fight at the moment. It's a once-in-a-lifetime fight. Now, Al will tell you, okay, I'm your manager. I can get you this fight, but you'll have the fucking Manny Pacquiao fight on the table. I'm willing to pay Manny that 20 and give him some money on the back end to get you this fight. We know that this fight is going to sell. We know what the numbers are going to look like. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, but Manny having problems in the US of A. We're going to take care of that. Don't worry about that. That's a small thing to a giant. Sign him up, get him a little cash on the night of the fight. You handle that business, right? So the play is in for Errol and Pacquiao. We don't even know what's going to happen. You understand me? We still think he, talking to Ugas. I even put a video out saying Errol and Ugas, he's not going to fight Manny Pacquiao. I've seen plenty of people put him out. But nonetheless, it happens with Manny Pacquiao. Boom. They come out and they hit us with the news. The weigh-in day of Ramirez and Josh Taylor and set the fucking boxing world on fire. Even bumped some of the press and attention on Ramirez and Josh Taylor. You understand me? But the real reason why Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence is fighting is because the business side, bro. Al Haymon always did great business. Always. Especially when it comes to the big fights. Manny Pacquiao always knew him and Errol Spence was there. He always knew that was the fight if he couldn't get the other fights, right? But he knew it was a tough fight, so he didn't want to just jump right into it. That's why he explored his options, right? Conor McGregor, Mikey Garcia, Ryan Garcia, Terrence Bud Crawford. Can't get those guys. My last fucking options, Al Haymon, Errol the True Spence Jr. When cats out here say, oh, well, Mikey only picked Errol because he can beat him. He know he can beat him. That is a lie. That is a fucking lie. He was right there talking and negotiating with Terrence Bud Crawford. His promoter just couldn't get the fucking money. Or he didn't want to come out his pockets. Bob Earn blankly said, there's no money in a Terrence Bud Crawford and Manny Pacquiao fight. He wasn't coming out his pockets. He wanted the investors to put the money up for the fight, and he collect money on the back end. You understand what I'm saying? Al Haymon is going out here paying Manny Pacquiao the $20 million. You feel me? For the Errol Spence fight. Paying him the $20 million and let him get his money on the back end. You understand? It's called believing in your fighter. It's called believing in your fighter, bro. You know what I mean? And your fighter got to believe in himself to say, make that fight happen, man. We go pull this in. We go pull that in. Yes, I'm down for the Manny Pacquiao fight. Turnbull Crawford was down for the Manny Pacquiao fight, but he didn't get on his team ass to make it. He never got on Bob Arum ass to make it. He got to blame himself. When did we ever see Turnbull Crawford come out and blast Bob Arum for not making the Manny Pacquiao fight? You put $1 million fucking fine on him if he can't make the Errol Spence fight, but you put no fine on him for the Manny Pacquiao fight, which was the biggest fight of your career that could have put you on a different level. But you don't do nothing about Manny Pacquiao, right? You don't do nothing about Manny Pacquiao, but you shit on Errol Spence and you don't shit on Manny Pacquiao. I don't get it, my brother. I don't get it. Your team talk all this shit about Errol Spence. He's a drunk. He's a bitch. He's ducking. He don't want to fight Bud. He got a million excuses. He's fat. Know what I'm saying? He talk about chickens and cows and his horses and all that shit. He talk about everything else besides fighting Turnbull Crawford. But when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, you don't hear none of that type of shit. You don't hear none of that. You don't hear none of that when it comes to Bob Arum. They don't talk that shit about Bob Arum, right? They don't put him on blast like they should. You don't put him on blast like you should. Shouts out to Teofimo for taking his career in his own hands and showing Bob, I'm going to do what I want to do, even though he got to come back. He still challenged Bob Arum. You never challenged Bob, though, bud. And that's the man you got to get on. Manny Pacquiao chose Errol Spence because it was great business and he dealing with a great team. You understand what I'm saying? It was great business and he dealing with a great team. And right now, it make all the sense in the world. All the sense in the world. You want to go out? This going to be your last fight? You want your biggest bag? Between all them people besides Conor McGregor, Errol Spence was his biggest bag. You feel me? I still think Errol was his biggest bag, even over Conor. You know what I mean? Man, Keon was in an argument over that. But, you know, I got to take into consideration that it is a whole different sport. And if you put it together, if Conor would have won that fight, it probably would have been bigger than Errol Spence. But besides Conor McGregor, you talking about Manny Pacquiao, Terence Crawford, and Ryan Garcia, none of them give Manny Pacquiao a bigger bag than Errol Spence. None of them. None of them, bro. And it's going to show. It is going to show. You feel me? But the reason why Manny Pacquiao chose Errol Spence, everybody, because it made business sense. It's his biggest bag on his way out the door. You understand me? Not because he think he can beat him. Not because he think, oh, Errol Spence is just this, that, and the third. Because if that was the case, he'd have been negotiating with Errol Spence in the beginning. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Turnbull Crawford team dropped the ball. You got to blame Turnbull Crawford. You got to blame Bob Arum. But the main person that you got to blame is Bud Crawford. He is the leader. He is the leader. You understand? Behind every good team is a great leader. Lead your team better, Bud. Lead your team better. Let that team go and get you a new one. Get you a new one. Errol Spence got a great fucking team, and he's leading this way. Manny Pacquiao have a great team, and he's leading this way. Canelo now, let that team go. Now he got a great team. He leading this way. It look like everybody that's on horses is leading their own way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Bud need to get him a horse. You see Manny on the horse. You see Errol on the horse. You see Canelo on the horse. And guess what? They all in the front. They all in the front. Bud. Get like these dudes. Become your own boss. Leave fucking Bob Arum alone and become your own man, bro. You will love freedom, my brother. You will love freedom. You feel me? But at the end of the day, Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao going to be one hell of a fight that we all want to enjoy. Whomever Bud Crawford fight, I'm going to be supporting. If it's on pay-per-view, I will buy. But Bud got to get a little bit more smart out here in these boxing streets. And that's just a fact. So that's the real reason why Manny Pacquiao chose Errol Spence. And that's it. Until then, this your boy Manny. This the ANSBC moving. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Manny on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status, family.